this is what this business is all about.
Before you scroll away, ask yourself this: what really happened inside Hulk Hogan's mansion? The headlines said natural causes, but the evidence whispers something darker. A spotless gym that looked staged, a high-tech security system mysteriously shut down, and a secret phone call that left Hogan terrified. Some even claim investigators uncovered a hidden basement room that the FBI doesn't want you to know about. Was it truly the end of an aging icon, or the start of a mystery bigger than wrestling itself? Stick around, because what comes next will leave you questioning everything. On the quiet morning of July 24, 2025, in Clearwater, Florida, Hogan's wife Sky Daly returned home early from a wellness retreat. She expected to find her husband in his usual routine training in the gym, meditating in the living room, or relaxing after a morning workout. Instead, she was greeted by silence, not the casual quiet of an empty house, but a heavy stillness that made her uneasy. She called his name as she walked through the mansion. No answer. The air felt wrong. When she stepped into the home gym, Hogan's sanctuary lined with weights, resistance machines, old championship belts, and motivational banners, her world collapsed. There he was, Hulk Hogan, lying motionless near the weight bench, pale, not breathing. Sky immediately dialed 911 in a panic. Paramedics rushed to the scene, performed CPR, and transported him to Morton Plant Hospital. Doctors fought desperately, but at 11:17 a.m., Terry Jean Balia, the man the world knew as Hulk Hogan, was pronounced dead at 71. Fans around the world mourned. Tributes poured in, but inside that mansion, investigators were already noticing things that didn't add up. The first red flag was the gym itself. Hogan's gym was usually buzzing with energy. Sweat-stained towels, half-empty protein shakes, dumbbells left mid-set. But that morning, it was spotless. The mats were perfectly clean, the mirrors flawless, the weights aligned like a showroom display. Not a single towel, not one stray bottle. One FBI agent later described it as unnaturally sterile. Not the scene of a sudden collapse, but something staged. The second red flag was even more troubling. Hogan was known for his obsession with safety and privacy. His mansion was equipped with one of the most advanced security systems. Available high-definition cameras, motion detectors, encrypted backups, even multiple fail-safes in case of tampering. Yet, on the morning of his death, the entire system had been disabled. Not glitched, not shorted out by a storm, manually shut down from inside the house. No alarms, no forced entry, no signs of a break-in. Investigators were left with two possibilities. Either Hogan disabled the system himself, for reasons no one could explain, or someone with access did it. Then came the most chilling detail of all: the cryptic phone call. Just 3 nights before his death, Hogan had received a late-night call. According to Sky Daly, he listened silently, spoke a single word, and hung up. His face, she remembered, was pale with fear, something she had never seen before. Investigators traced the call and discovered it had been routed through a labyrinth of foreign servers, bouncing across multiple countries. The trail vanished within seconds. Even the FBI's cyber experts couldn't trace it. What was said on that call has never been revealed, but insiders close to the investigation described it not as a conversation, but as a trigger, something that shook Hogan to his core. To understand Hogan's final days, investigators didn't just examine the scene of his death, they looked at his past. Because Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler, he was a man whose personal life had been played out in the public eye, like one of his storylines in the ring, full of triumphs, scandals, betrayals, and comebacks. In 1983, Hogan married Linda Claridge. Together, they raised 2 children, Brooke Hogan and Nick Hogan. For years, they appeared to be the perfect American family. That image was reinforced in 2005 when they launched the reality TV show Hogan Knows Best, which showcased their seemingly tight-knit household. But behind the scenes, things were far from perfect. In 2007, scandal struck when Christiane Plant, a woman close to Brooke's music career, claimed she had an affair with Hogan. He denied it, but the damage was done. Linda filed for divorce, and their 24-year marriage collapsed in public view. The split was messy, bitter, and played out across tabloids. The divorce devastated Hogan emotionally. He admitted he even contemplated suicide during this time, only kept alive by the support of Laila Ali, his co-star on American Gladiators. By 2010, Hogan tried again, marrying Jennifer McDaniel. For a time, it seemed stable, but that ended in 2022. Then came Sky Daly, a yoga instructor and mother of 3. Despite their 25-year age gap, the bond was real. In July 2023, Hogan proposed to her during the wedding reception of his friend Corin Nemec, joking, "She was crazy enough to say yes, brother." 2 months later, they married in Indian Rocks Baptist Church in Clearwater. It was simple, elegant, and filled with love, but not without controversy. Brooke was noticeably absent, fueling speculation about family tensions. Sky brought Hogan peace. According to Nick Hogan, she was everything to him. She grounded him. She was his peace. For the first time in decades, Hogan seemed settled. But just as his life seemed to be entering a quieter chapter, tragedy arrived. 2 months before his death, in May 2025, Hogan underwent a dangerous 4-level spinal surgery called an anterior cervical discectomy and fusion. At his age, it was high risk. Shortly after, radio host Bubba the Love Sponge shocked fans by claiming live on air that Hogan had slipped into a coma. Panic spread across social media, and fans feared Hulkamania was over. But Sky Daly quickly shut the rumors down on Instagram. "No, he's definitely not in a coma. His heart is strong. None of those rumors are true." For a while, she seemed right. Hogan was back in the gym, smiling with fans, and looking healthier than ever. But medical experts quietly warned that the surgery carried serious risks. One wrong move could have damaged the phrenic nerve, the nerve that controls breathing. If that nerve was compromised, Hogan could suddenly stop breathing without warning. So when he collapsed in July, many believed surgery complications were to blame. But others pointed to the strange circumstances and suspected something much darker. Those suspicions only grew stronger when whispers surfaced about a hidden basement room in Hogan's mansion. According to leaks from a second FBI forensic sweep, agents discovered a concealed room behind a false wall. Inside, they reportedly found meticulously organized files, including one dated just a day before his death. What those files contained remains a mystery. Were they evidence of pressure, threats, or just personal records exaggerated into myth? The FBI has refused to comment, but the rumor has refused to die officially. Hogan's death has been ruled natural. His daughter Brooke Hogan, who had been estranged from him in recent years, initially demanded a full autopsy. She even offered to pay for it herself. But after reviewing police evidence and hearing Sky Daly's 911 call, she accepted the official explanation. Still, the family is divided. Sky is reportedly preparing a medical malpractice lawsuit. Convinced the surgery triggered his death, Nick Hogan is said to be pursuing a defamation case against Bubba the Love Sponge for damaging their family name with reckless claims. Meanwhile, the city of Clearwater has turned into a shrine to Hogan's memory. Murals have appeared across storefronts and brick walls, painted with his famous catchphrase, "What you gonna do, brother?" For fans, Hogan is immortal, the man who slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, who carried wrestling into mainstream culture, who crossed into movies, reality TV, and even survived one of the most sensational scandals of his time. As Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson once said, Hogan was a game changer, and yet, beneath the tributes, questions linger. Why was the gym staged like a showroom? Why was his security system disabled? What really happened during that late-night phone call? And what secrets, if any, were hidden in that basement room? The official story says one thing. The whispers suggest another. Somewhere between them lies the truth. Hulk Hogan may be gone, but his story is far from over. He was more than a wrestler. He was a cultural force, a man larger than life, a legend whose final chapter is clouded in mystery. Was it natural causes, medical malpractice, or something darker lurking in the shadows? We may never know, but one thing is certain: Hulkamania will never die. So, what do you believe really happened to Hulk Hogan? Was it simply age catching up, or a mystery that still haunts the wrestling world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because Hulkamania may be gone, but the mysteries are only beginning. Thanks for watching.